Ali Sheedy's character in this movie has like 50 different cats and kittens, goats, ducks, raccoons, dogs everywhere. It's my kind of person I want to hang out with. Short Circuit, released in 1986 and is directed by John Badham, who's also behind such films like Saturday Night Fever, Dracula, Blue Thunder, War Games, Stakeout, and Point of No Return. And this film is starring Ali Sheedy, Steve Guttenberg, Fisher Stevens, Austin Pendleton, G.W. Bailey, and the voice of Tim Blaney as number 5. And the reason why we're talking about Short Circuit today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a big-time contributor and supporter of this channel, Jeff Fry. Once again, thank you very much. I just realized that all the reviews that I've done for you for this week all came out in 1986, so apparently 86 was a huge like pop culture 80s movie year, I guess. And this is a movie that I've always heard about, never seen it before until this review, and I know that like a lot of people, like film buffs and film reviewers out there, love this movie. And I gotta say, you gotta add me to that list. I thought this movie had a lot of charm, had a lot of great things about it. Could be a little simple, I guess, at least too simple of a movie, but we'll get into that here in a second. Thank you very much, Jeff, for the recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Jeff Fry and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out just like what I did with Jeff here. The Nova Military Laboratory has recently developed several different prototypes of robots by the name of Saint, who have the ability of taking out a whole bunch of mechanical vehicles at the snap of a finger. However, during one presentation, there is a lightning storm that hits one of the Saint robots and starts short-circuiting. So now this robot, going by the name of number 5, is on the run, looking for all of the input that he could possibly put into his tiny little brain before the military hunts him down and disassembles him. And big kudos has to be said right away at the robotics and the puppetry that is used in this film, because it's all practical. There's no CGI at all, at least when it comes to the animatronics of number 5 of this robot, and I think he looks great, especially for this being 1986 and how functioning this robot is, and how he's able to move around and mimic dances that he's seeing on screen and actions that he's seeing on TV. I think he looks great, and he's wonderful. But then you also have Ali Sheedy in there giving this inanimate object, this robot, a lot of personality just from her reactions and her interactions with said robot. Which is one thing to have an awesome robot on screen that functions and does all these cool tricks, but you have to have some type of human personality stemming from him. And I always think that when we have a human character or something that can play off of said robot, that allows that robot to have a lot more personality. Though as I'm saying that, I'm thinking about the movie WALL-E, which I feel like WALL-E is like a spin-off of this movie somehow in some way. But that movie, WALL-E, was alone, all by himself, and didn't interact with any humans for the majority of that movie. So what do I know with what I just said? But this story that we get here is a pretty standard AI robotic story that we would be getting from the 80s and really continuing up until nowadays, where robots for some reason want to become more human. They want to learn about emotion and personal interaction. I want to know what it's like to feel and be human and know what is beautiful. I think us humans, especially in Hollywood back in the 80s, really up to today, creating stories about AI and robots and other artificial intelligent pieces out there, we create stories about them wanting to become human. Which I'm thinking, like, why would an AI want to be human? Artificial intelligence is pretty damn cool on its own. Why would they want the weakness of feeling emotion and feeling things for other people? Which, of course, in all those stories would be, well, that's what makes us humans strong, because we have emotion and we do care about others. But here I am still thinking, like, why would a robot want to be human, and why would a robot want to feel emotion? But, you know, this is what we're going with, again. And like I said before, I think this film is very charming. It's very lovable in a lot of scenes, and a lot like this character of number 5. He's absolutely adorable. The robotics and how they make these shutters on his eyes, basically it's eyebrows, and how that helps it express itself when he's learning or when he's shocked or taken aback by something, and how he's wanting to make the life of Ali Sheedy's character better, and how he wants to help out around the house with cooking breakfast or taking care of the animals or interacting with the animals. He's absolutely adorable. I love this character. He's super smart and super caring. I mean, what else do you want in a protagonist? But the story behind this protagonist and what he's running away from and what he's going up against, very simple, and it's very surface level of an idea, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I like simple ideas, or I like simple conflicts occasionally, but I do feel that there is a version of this movie and a version of this script that goes a little deeper and is a little bit more complex. What we get in the end is very childish humor and very childish situations, in particular with really all the antagonists here. The robotics creator who's going out after him, but is also like, oh, I want a girl. I've never talked to a girl. I haven't seen the sun in like 5 years. And his interactions with number 5 once he catches up with him, and seeing how number 5 has reworked all of his wiring and the concepts that he's thinking of. I think those whole interactions are pretty surface level, which I doubt if you are a robotics creator. I would doubt that you would be doing surface level ideas and stuff like that in generating and creating an artificial intelligence like number 5. But again, this is the 80s, and I'm pretty sure this film is marketed towards children, so this is what you're gonna get here. And then the whole bait and switch at the end, that whole situation where there was another robot taking over the truck with the creator and his sidekick in the passenger seat. That whole thing was like, what's going on there? I don't... The robot shows up and then randomly is not there, but then is randomly there again and is running away. And the cops and the government think it's them and they go after it. And then number 5's safe in the trunk. And then after that, how they're just magically thinking they're going to go off and live on 40 acres of land out in the mountains. And the robot's going to be happy. And they're going to be happy now together as a couple because it's 40 acres and she has a ton of animals and he wants to date a girl, and it's all gonna work out well in the end, guys. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the simple surface ideas that this movie has. I like its characters, I like the charm that it has, but if you're looking for depth of field when it comes to the script that you get here, you ain't gonna find anything substantial. I'm gonna give Short Circuit 3 out of 5 Blu-rays.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
So guys, if you've seen Short Circuit, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.